Hey guys, welcome back to This Week in the EPL. Today I will be giving you my Match Week 38 Premier League predictions. Before I jump into my Match Week 38 predictions, I want to do a little recap from Match Week 37. So, I got 5 out of 10 predictions correct, moving my total to 38 out of 82 since the restart. Some notable upsets from the match week include Villa beating Arsenal, Everton beating Sheffield, and United and West Ham drawing. Also, major shoutouts to the winners of this week's challenge, Jack Watson and Ranjit Kaur, who both got 8 out of 10 on their Match Week 37 predictions. If you guys would like to be featured in my next video, make sure to drop down below your Match Week 38 predictions, and the person with the most predictions correct will be the winner. For our first match, we have Chelsea versus Wolves. Chelsea are coming off a 5-3 defeat to Liverpool, where they played some good football, but ultimately their defense let them down once again. For Chelsea, they're currently sitting in 4th position, which is a Champions League spot, but are only 1 point above 5th place Leicester. So this game is a big one for the Blues. Expect the likes of Christian Pulisic and others to try and step up in this one. Versus the Wolves side that are coming off a 2-0 win against Palace, they don't have a ton to play for because they cannot reach a European spot, but will be playing for their pride and expect Adama Traore and Raul Jimenez to cause a lot of problems for that Chelsea defense. So I have it ending 2-2 on odds of 14-5. Leicester City versus Manchester United. This is an absolutely massive match. Leicester City coming off a 3-0 defeat to Tottenham Hotspur, where they dominated large portions of the match but could not find the back of the net. On top of that, Leicester will be missing 3 of their best defenders, which will make it much harder for them. Versus a Man United side that is coming off 2 poor performances, a loss to Chelsea in the FA Cup semi-final, and a 1-1 draw with West Ham United where they did not play good football. In that match, they actually looked very tired. However, I think United will be able to pull this one out because they're so good on the counter, and with Leicester missing defenders, they won't be able to stop United going forward. So, I had this one ending 2-1 on odds of 6-5. Southampton versus Sheffield United. Southampton are coming off a 2-0 win against Bournemouth thanks to a goal from Danny Ings. Southampton, undefeated in their last 6 as well, are playing some fantastic football, and Danny Ings will be chasing Jamie Vardy for the Golden Boot this weekend, so he has extra incentive to put the ball into the back of the net. Versus a Sheffield side that is coming off a 1-0 loss against Everton. They've really been up and down so far this season, but I have to say, regardless of the performance this Sunday, they have had a superb season and have confirmed themselves a place in the top half of the table, which no one expected. I had this game ending a 1-1 draw on odds of 12-5. Newcastle United versus Liverpool. Newcastle coming off a 0-0 draw against Brighton. Since the restart, they've been in absolute cruise control. Knew they weren't going to be relegated and have been playing like it, have dropped a lot of points and haven't looked the best. Expect them to roll over just like they did against Man City versus a Liverpool side that is coming off a great 5-3 win over Chelsea, and they lifted the title, lifted the trophy finally, so they're absolutely buzzing, but expect them to also go back a bit into cruise control as they've already secured the title. As I said, I had this one ending 2-0 to Liverpool on odds of 2-5. A big match for the relegation race, West Ham United versus Aston Villa, guys. West Ham United are a team that secured a 1-1 draw against Manchester United, so that confirms mathematically that they will be back in the Premier League next season. They're playing some great football, undefeated in their last 3, and some players that have really stepped up for them are Rice, Antonio, and Souček. Versus a Villa side, like I said, they are currently battling relegation, but got a massive 1-0 win over Arsenal, are now above relegation on goal difference, a 1-goal difference over Watford. So this is a huge match for them that will define whether or not they stay up next season. I think they will be working 10 times harder in this match than West Ham just because of the circumstances they're in and what it means for the football club. So I expect them to pull out the win here. A really fun match to watch. I have it ending 3-2 to Villa on odds of 13-10. Burnley versus Brighton. Burnley coming off a 2-0 win against Norwich City at the weekend. Burnley, a team that have been in no man's land for a while now, but have still been playing great football, undefeated in their last 7 matches, and are so disciplined and so hardworking. Versus a Brighton side coming off a 0-0 draw against Newcastle. They've been up and down since the restart, but are very happy that they will not be relegated. That was their biggest focus coming into this. So I think I'm going to give this one to Burnley in a classic Burnley fashion. I have a 1-0 win on odds of 11-8. Arsenal versus Watford. Arsenal coming off that 1-0 loss to Villa that I spoke about earlier, where they showed very little desire, created 0 shots on target. Expect them to be better in this one. I think they'll want to bounce back and get a good result before that FA Cup final they have roughly in a week's time, versus the Watford side, where this is a massive match for them regarding the relegation race. They're currently sitting in the relegation zone in 18th position due to goal difference, so they will look to throw everything at this game. However, they sacked Nigel Pearson with 2 games to go, so I really question whether they have what it takes to get over the hump here. I think there's a lot of disarray within the club right now. I had this one edging to Arsenal 2-1 on odds of 10-11. Manchester City versus Norwich City. Manchester City, coming off a 4-0 win against Watford, are playing some fantastic attacking football, and on top of that have secured the 2nd position in the Premier League. So I think their attacking prowess will be too much for this Norwich side. Versus the Norwich side, coming off that 2-0 loss to Burnley, have not picked up a point since the restart, which is really shocking. Have showed very little desire or quality throughout the season. I had this one ending to Manchester City 3-0 on odds of 1-12. Crystal Palace versus Tottenham Hotspur. Crystal Palace coming off a 2-0 loss to Wolves. They're a team that were mid-table at the restart, so they kind of knew that they would not be relegated from early on, and since then have been absolutely shocking in my opinion. Have not won in their last 8 matches and have not scored in their last 3. Versus the Tottenham Hotspur side that have played some so-so football, but are getting some results, undefeated in their last 5. Harry Kane got 2 big goals against Leicester, so expect him to strike again. I had this one ending 2-1 to Tottenham on odds of 11-20. Our final match of this whirlwind of a Premier League season, we have Everton versus Bournemouth. Everton are coming off a 1-0 win against Sheffield United, and ultimately since the restart they've been really up and down. In my opinion, they're quite a predictable side. They like to get numbers behind the ball and launch it forward for Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison to run onto. Versus a Bournemouth side coming off a 2-0 loss against Southampton. And Bournemouth, in my opinion, they've dug themselves into too deep of a hole to get out of the relegation mess that they are currently in. For me, Bournemouth's defense will let them down in this one. I have it ending a 1-1 draw on odds of 27-10. Thank you to everyone who has tuned into my predictions for the 2019-2020 Premier League season. Let me know in the comments below your Match Week 38 predictions. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please smash that like button and subscribe for more amazing football content. Thank you and take it easy. Peace.
I see the blue in her eyes from the sunshine. See the purple in her heart when it's nighttime. She just wanna be in her right mind. She couldn't give a damn about the limelight. So orchestrate your